Still on the unfolding Zimbabwe story, we're joined in studio by a political activist, that's Jonathan Musa. Good afternoon, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us on the SABC News Desk.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to all the viewers.
Jonathan, euphoric scenes coming out of Zimbabwe overnight, being hailed as a moment of hope for the nation at large. But a fairy tale transition is not likely, and there's still a tough road ahead, Jonathan. Tell us how optimistic you are feeling right now on what's happening in Zimbabwe.
I'm so optimistic about what is happening in Zimbabwe. I'm quite confident and so positive that the situation that is unfolding currently is on the right track towards a new Zimbabwe, towards a better economy, towards creation of employment. Of course, those are big challenges because whoever is going to come in must have the muscle to attract foreign investors. Remember, when sanctions were imposed on Zimbabwe, a lot of companies, foreign companies, closed down. Manufacturing completely got to a halt, and hence the 90% unemployment rate at the moment. So whoever is coming in should be somebody who must be on that grand stage to be able to attract back those companies that were there, new investors, not only the look east policy that we were relying on at the moment as a country. You need the whole world.
Do you think Emmerson Mnangagwa has what it takes to get Zimbabwe, to move Zimbabwe forward at this point?
Given the position that he is also a businessman, on the other hand, yes, he's a politician, but I think he understands the dynamics of business. So yes, I believe he's got that touch, but it all depends on his approach in terms of leveling the fields in order to be able to attract investment, which is critical and very key.
Yes, internationally he is seen as being more business friendly, and this is what I actually want to ask you. What is the overall sentiment or feeling toward Emmerson in the rights activist circles? Because he did play a very decisive role in the massacres of political opponents back in the 1980s, so he's not new to controversy, and he was a key driver of Mugabe's dispensation at one point. Is everybody convinced that Emmerson has changed for the better at this point?
Not everybody is convinced. I'll be honest with you, because of that, given that background, when you look back at events that took place years back, let me mention issues like the Gukuraundi, which is always in the media, in the 2008 elections, aftermath, all that stuff. But like I said, when he sits in that chair, it now depends on his approach. What are his policies? What are his plans? What are his objectives? What is he going to give to the world? What is he going to lay on the table in order for that to be attractive to investment into the country? So that from the day he's going to be sworn in, probably all the way to the elections, suppose he wins the elections as well, provided the ZANU-PF Congress in December will have endorsed him as the potential presidential candidate. If he wins that election, what exactly is he going to put on the table in order to be able to attract investment? That's very key.
Jonathan, can I ask you, how hopeful can we be that this new dispensation will bring tangible change to the people on the ground who need it the most, and it's not just going to be about new faces when it comes, new faces of cronyism and corruption?
I believe we really have to be confident, because what actually happens is when he gets there, what he probably has to do is he has to listen to what the people say. That is very critical. What is the mass of Zimbabwe saying in terms of what they want? You address that. It's very critical. When you address that, you definitely will bring confidence to the people around you before that confidence then overflows to the international community, so that you also have the support of the international community. That is very critical. Also, okay, I'm premising my view on Emmerson Mnangagwa, hoping that after being sworn in, after the December elections, ZANU-PF Congress, they endorse him as the presidential candidate. He wins eventually the Zimbabwe elections. Given his background, he really has to show what he is capable of doing.
Yes. Because
he has to discredit his critics in terms of the 1984 Gukurahundi, the 2008 elections, aftermath, and stuff like that. He has to discredit that to prove his critics wrong. Because right now, as we speak, there are a lot of people who don't believe him, who think, no, he has been Mugabe's right-hand man ever since the struggle. He will not change. He will still stick to Mugabe's policies. So, but what he has to do, he has to give confidence to us, those who are around him, nationally. That confidence will then overflow into the international community, so that they will start to believe in him, in his capabilities.
Thank you. Jonathan Musa, a political activist, joining us on the desk this afternoon. Thank you for sharing your insights with us on the SABC News Desk. Let's